you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Mandy?
good. Yes.
We spoke on the phone. Nice to meet you.
Me too.
All right. So, take a deep breath. I can tell you're a little bit anxious. How do you feel about being here?
I'm just a little anxious about it. I've never done anything like this before, so I just didn't know what to expect.
Understandable. Well, let me tell you before we start that we have what we call informed consent.
Okay.
And what that means basically is that I want you to know that this is a safe environment. I want you to be able to share things with me and talk to me.
Okay.
But certain information is going to remain confidential with just between me and you. But other information that you might give me that might indicate you wanting to hurt yourself or someone else may put me in a position to mandatory reporting.
Okay.
So just wanted to be upfront about that.
Okay.
Right. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
Right. And from the information that we gathered on the phone, I don't think that those seem to be an issue with you. Or is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about why you are here?
Well, I've just been a little overwhelmed lately. I graduated college a few months ago, and I've been working at a restaurant here in town right now. But I've been wanting to find a job in my field, because I'm not making very good money right now, obviously, and I've just been having trouble finding a job, and it's just been kind of overwhelming, and I don't know, it kind of makes me like, anxious and all that, so I figured I'd try and get some help with that.
So what I'm hearing you say is that income is an issue right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you mentioned that you had just graduated.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of degree do you have?
Sociology degree.
Okay.
Actually, so I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go with it, but I've just been having trouble finding a job that I really want to do.
So in a perfect world, what kind of job do you see yourself at?
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I definitely want to work with people and that kind of thing. I'm just having trouble figuring out which direction to go with it. So.
And that is normal for individuals such as yourself that just graduated college.
Right.
And you mentioned that you were feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
That's a huge transition in your life. So I can understand how that would make you feel overwhelmed at times.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, thank you for coming here, because that's what we're going to work together, is try to deal with some of those issues.
Okay.
So as far as jobs in your field, have you ever had a job that was in the sociology field or the behavior field?
I did actually. When I was still in school, I had a job working at a place here in town. I basically worked with adults with mental illness, and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really, it didn't work out. It wasn't really what I wanted to do, but it was a good experience and all that. So.
Okay, so probably wouldn't want to work with that population again or that environment again. What exactly?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It was a very, very stressful environment. I don't know, I was wanting to maybe try something different and see how that goes.
Okay.
So.
But still in the sociology field?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for new opportunities.
Right.
All right. Well, that's pretty interesting. So the good thing about sociology is that that's a field that can be associated with a lot of different other disciplines.
Mm-hmm.
And so the the fact that you're open-minded to that, you know, that's definitely something we can look into.
Yeah.
So what steps have you made to seeking new employment?
I've looked for places, you know, that are hiring that I would like to work at. I think my problem right now is maybe my resume. It could probably use a little work. I think that would help a little bit.
Okay.
So
just as far as work, do you mean like updating or?
Yeah, just, I don't know, I feel like I don't feel like it's as good as it could be, honestly, and I think that would help me find a job, you know, with a really good resume. So.
Right. A resume is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have access to technology, computers, things that can help you with that, the resources you need?
Not at home, I don't.
Okay.
So I would have to go like to the library or to campus or something to use that.
Okay.
So that's one issue.
Well, tell me about that. How's that an issue?
I guess basically just finding the time to go do that, since I don't have computer access at home or anything like that.
Right.
So.
Right. So, I don't know if you would be interested in this, but we do actually work with the Career Center and refer people there to have assistance with those kinds of things. They can help you actually get your resume together, updating, and kind of working on even interview skills if that's something that you feel like you need. So, I don't know what your work hours are, but that program is actually designed for non-traditional students or individuals. So it's more of a I believe it's 5 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Is that a little bit better or?
Yeah. My schedule where I work now is I can kind of work it around things. I don't work every night. I do morning and night, so I could probably work that out.
Okay. Alrighty. So what I'm hearing you say is that you are willing to look into the Career Center.
Yeah, I think that might be a good start.
Okay, good. Well, what I'd like to do with you is what we call a task-oriented model. And basically what I would like for us to do is identify first what our target is going to be. And so what's our target problem? What I'm hearing you say is possibly income.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. And just, yeah, income is definitely important, but I also want to have a job that I somewhat enjoy.
Right.
Doing, too.
And from, you know, although there is money to be made in the restaurant business, you know, investing in a job or position that is more towards your degree, obviously, you know, can benefit you in the future as well, and income is usually, you know, a part of that.
And it's more stable.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so so what I'm hearing you say is our target problem, or really where we want to start is seeking new employment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what we do from there really is that we're going to set a goal.
Okay.
And so what would you like to see yourself? When would you like to see yourself make moves towards this?
I guess as soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
I'd like to maybe, like, by the time next year starts, you know, kind of have something, you know, start fresh.
Okay.
The new year.
Perfect time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we set one of your goals that by the new year, hopefully, you know, we'll have a transition made. But on a small scale, we could do maybe by next week that you had made steps towards updating your resume, things like that. Maybe even completed that task. Is that something that you'd be comfortable with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to have like an appointment to go to them?
It wouldn't be a bad idea. They always accept walk-ins, but actually can grab you a brochure on the way out that has their hours, because I know I was a little unsure of those hours, but I know I'm close, and the hours and the information that you need so that you can look into that service.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, things that we're gonna do is gonna update the resume. We mentioned interview skills. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're pretty good at that? Would you like to kind of brush up on it, or?
I think, yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, why not, right?
Practice and yeah.
And the Career Center, they're great at that. So one of our other tasks can be that we're going to participate in that while we're there.
Okay.
Because after we get our resume together, obviously we're going to be putting that resume out, and hopefully interviews are coming, right?
Right.
So we want to make sure that we're prepared.
Okay.
All right, that's great. So other than seeking new employment, using that degree, what else do you have going on?
Well, not a whole lot. That's basically what most of my time goes towards.
Yeah.
So, just trying to save money and get in a good spot. So.
All right. Well, you mentioned that you don't have a lot of time.
Right.
And so, do you have any time for self-care? Do you ever feel, as I mentioned on the way in, you looked a little anxious.
Yeah.
Your body language is telling me you're a little bit anxious still. Is that something you experience pretty frequently?
I have been having anxiety just from stress and
right.
So I guess that's kind of been an issue too, honestly, and it's kind of, I feel like it kind of holds me back maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your anxiety possibly holds you back from seeking that new employment sometimes and making those steps?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
So on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being slightly anxious, 3 being anxious on at least a daily level, and the top 5 being anxious to a point of can't sit still, fidgety, things like that. Where would you consider yourself right now?
Well, 3 or 4.
Okay.
Maybe. It really depends. Like it comes and goes, but it's been happening a lot more frequently lately.
What do you think that is?
I think I don't know, like stressing myself. I guess I'm stressed, nervous. I don't know. I get stressed out really easily, so.
Okay.
I don't know.
What kind of hours do you work at the restaurant? Are they long hours?
Sometimes.
You said you don't have much time to yourself, right?
I work full time there. Sometimes the hours are long. Like a lot of days I'll work double shifts.
Okay.
So that's like 12 hours right there. And that can kind of stress me out, I guess.
Well, I imagine so. Do you ever have to deal with any unruly customers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll get you stressed out, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so I know that, we talked about money, how we want to make money, but
yeah.
also wanted to talk to you about, a possible self-care plan that we could make.
Okay.
Because, anxiety obviously, contributes to other things in our lives. And I do want to make sure that you overcome that and continue your motivation, because I can see that you're motivated to make these changes. So self-care is just so important, especially when you work in a stressful environment.
Yeah.
So I'd like for us to find at least maybe one thing for you to do to relieve your stress a little bit.
Okay.
And so I have a few suggestions, if that's okay.
Okay.
One thing that you could do that wouldn't require as much time is to schedule yourself a pedicure or a manicure, whatever you prefer. Another thing you could do is schedule a massage. Some of them are only 30 minutes now and are fairly priced. And or just have yourself a me day. What's your favorite thing to do?
Well, I like to cook.
Do you?
A lot, yeah.
Okay.
So that's something that Makes me happy, so. Also like to listen to music, play music, that kind of thing.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
What kind of music do you play? Do you play an instrument?
I can, I play the guitar sometimes and the piano.
Yeah?
So, that's kind of a stress reliever.
Yeah. How do you feel when you play those instruments?
I mean, it calms you down.
Yeah?
Yeah. I enjoy it. So.
Well, it sounds like you have lots of talents and some hobbies and some things that you're open to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to move forward on that self-care plan, if that's okay.
Okay.
And so I'd like to do again, some task-oriented type things though, so that we can, stay on track and really commit to those. And would you be willing to maybe this week devote, is 2 hours possible to playing your music? Do you think that's a doable thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you play your music, are you alone? Are you with other people?
Usually alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would probably be more stress relief, being alone, doing the things that you love, getting yourself in the right kind of mindset for that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, well then 2 hours is what we'll shoot for.
Okay.
Would you prefer to do that after work or before work? Everybody's a little bit different on that.
I feel like maybe before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regulate those emotions before you head into work.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's what our plan will be. So 2 hours this week, because I know some days you said you do doubles,
Yeah.
and so it might be harder to find that time. But at least 2 hours this week, you can split it up however you like.
Okay.
Devote yourself to that self-care.
Okay.
And then I'd like to see you back here, a week from now or so, and just do a little touch base, see how that's working for you, how your plan's working, additions or adjustments that we might need to make, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And just so we can continue on the process, because ultimately my goal is to work with you and assist you with any kind of issues that you feel like you're having in your life. So I feel like we've made a good start to that today.
Yeah.
All right. And so do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. Not right now.
Okay. I'm going to grab you that brochure on the way out.
Okay.
Actually, I can show you where they're right by the front desk. Just ask the receptionist for them. It won't be a problem. They can get that for you. And any other assistance that you might be interested in, please, text some information.
Okay.
And otherwise, then I guess we can schedule an appointment, and I'll see you next week.
Okay.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day.
You too.